This afternoon students would have taken higher level Irish paper 1 and the same for ordinary level. I'll talk first of all about the higher level paper. It was a very varied paper, a broad range of topics. What students would have hopefully been just careful on, that the language was very, very specific. In relation to the essay section, they did ask on Grealy agus an Gaeltach sa bhliain go bhíle is a hugdeig. Given the nature that this year was the year of the Irish language, it would have been very, very widely anticipated, and in my opinion it would be something wrong if Irish language hadn't featured. So I think that would be a very, very popular choice with students. There was another essay that music is very important for young people. So therefore in that essay students would have to show why it's important, not just music and young people, but the importance of music to young people. Also people in the public arena that I have great respect for. Why do you respect them? And also Dina, plural, so they'd have to talk about maybe 2 up to 4 people, just watching things like that. There was another very, very broad title, Gaeilge na Heranig Fiausu, the economy of the country is improving. Students had no gun put to their head to say it was improving. You could have said, on the one hand it is improving, and then on the other hand you could talk about problems we still have, from homelessness to rising rent to lack of accommodation. So there'd been a broad scope. One area, I suppose, the little axe to grind I would have would be in the speech at the end, the important role of the President of Ireland. It was easily understood, but you would have to have the knowledge, irrespective of Irish, to talk about the important role as what does the President do. A lot of teenagers today may not know what the President actually does. So, you know, that topic, that one subject would have been maybe the door closed on them. The debate was there's a huge influence at the media on social media on young people. Again, this might have been a topic students would have prepared and had known about in the oral just a few weeks back. Speaking to students today when they came out of the exam, they seemed to be very happy with the paper. They were delighted with the paper, some of them, especially in relation to the essay section. You know, again, I'm going back to the topic of the Irish language. I'd say 99.9% of candidates will have opted for that title. On the other hand, if I can just briefly refer to the ordinary level paper today, I would have had a completely different viewpoint on that. I think it was very, very, very testing, an awful lot harder than in recent years. The letter especially is an area that students would always have opted on the past, but it was the wording, and the superfluous wording would have thrown a lot of students today. Letter number 1, you have a summer job in London. I can't understand why they wrote in, and you're waiting for your brother or your sister. That had no bearing on it whatsoever. And a lot of students might have interpreted there's a summer job waiting for you and also for your brother and also for your sister. So that's, you know, that's unfortunate. They mightn't have opted for that. The second letter would have dealt with your new mobile. You're writing to your friend telling them about the new mobile and the things you can do with the mobile. That would have required technical Irish. That would have been testing for higher level, never mind an ordinary level student. So, you know, if you have been banking on doing the letter today, you may not have, you know, it may not have been as attractive as in recent years. And that would have forced you maybe to have chosen the conversation. And the conversation really you shouldn't have picked unless you would have prepared it in class, because conversation is quite technical, writing a conversation between 2 people. So, you know, while I think a lot of students will be happy with the higher level, students may not have been that happy with the ordinary level. I think the ordinary level was quite testing, and that's unfortunate. So the higher level would have been the better option today. Tomorrow is paper 2. I always say to students, once paper 1 has gone fine for you, there's no problem with tomorrow. The only one issue in tomorrow, you don't have to like the paper, but you do have to answer what's on it, so keep to the point.